The house looked ordinary. A porch light left on, a car in the driveway, toys scattered in the yard from a day that had felt, by every account, completely normal. But 3 days after 22-year-old babysitter Hannah Reyes vanished, police searched that house 4 separate times. 4 times, officers walked every hallway, opened every closet, checked every bed. And 4 times, they missed her. She wasn't hiding. She wasn't hard to find. She was exactly where she'd been the entire time, in the one room nobody thought to check twice. This is the story of how a routine babysitting job turned into one of the most unsettling search and discovery cases investigators in the county had ever worked, and how the answer was there from the very first day. Hannah was the kind of person parents fought over. A nursing student by day, a babysitter by night, she'd built a reputation in the quiet cul-de-sac of Maple Hollow for being reliable, warm, and endlessly patient with even the most chaotic households. She'd been sitting for the Whitfield family for almost a year. 2 kids, ages 6 and 9, and a set of parents, David and Lauren Whitfield, who worked long, overlapping shifts at the hospital across town. Friday nights were routine. Hannah would arrive around 5:30, make dinner, help with homework, and stay until one parent got home, usually close to midnight. That Friday, she texted her roommate at 6:47 p.m. "Kids are being angels tonight. Might actually get some studying done, LOL." It was the last message anyone ever received from her. David Whitfield came home just after 12:15 a.m. The porch light was on. The TV was still playing quietly in the living room. The kids were asleep upstairs, tucked into their beds exactly the way Hannah always left them. But Hannah wasn't there. Her phone sat on the couch, charger still plugged into the wall. Her shoes were by the door. Her car, the same beat-up silver hatchback she'd driven for 3 years, was still parked outside. At first, David assumed she'd stepped out, maybe to get air, maybe a walk around the block. He wasn't alarmed. Not yet. By 1 a.m., he was calling her name through every room of the house. By 1:30, he was calling the police. Officers arrived within 15 minutes. What followed was, on paper, a textbook search. Bedrooms, bathrooms, the garage, the backyard shed. Nothing. No signs of forced entry, no broken windows, no blood, no struggle, no disturbance of any kind. Just an unlocked back door, which the Whitfields admitted they rarely locked. Detectives treated it, at first, as a possible walkaway, a young woman who'd simply left. It happened more than families like to admit. But Hannah's phone, wallet, and keys being left behind didn't fit that theory. Neither did her spotless track record, her upcoming nursing exams, or the fact that she'd never once been late, let alone vanished mid-shift. Search teams returned the next morning, then again that afternoon. A canine unit swept the property on day 2. Investigators walked the same rooms, opened the same doors, checked the same closets. 4 total searches across 3 days. Every single time, they missed her. As the search expanded outward, nearby woods, drainage ditches, a lake 2 miles away, detectives kept circling back to one uncomfortable detail: the dog. On the very first search, the canine had alerted near the base of the staircase, then lost the scent. Handlers chalked it up to residual trail. Hannah walked through that hallway dozens of times a week, after all. It was dismissed as noise, not signal. But a rookie detective, reviewing the floor plan for the 3rd time, noticed something the others had overlooked. The blueprint on file, pulled from county records, showed one room that didn't appear on any of the search logs. A small utility crawl space behind the laundry room, accessed through a low panel door disguised as a cabinet. It had been converted years earlier by a previous owner, then sealed off and forgotten by the Whitfields, who'd never once opened it in 5 years of living there. It wasn't hidden on purpose. It simply wasn't a room anyone thought to call a room. On the morning of day 4, officers pried open the panel behind the laundry room cabinet. Hannah was found inside. The medical examiner later determined she had suffered a sudden, severe cardiac event, a previously undiagnosed heart arrhythmia, the kind that can strike without warning even in young, healthy adults. Investigators believe she'd gone into the crawl space searching for a breaker switch after the living room lights flickered earlier that evening, a detail confirmed by the children, who recalled Hannah mentioning she'd check on it real quick. She never came back out. There was no crime, no intruder, no struggle. Just a hidden, forgotten space in a house everyone thought they knew completely. And a young woman who collapsed somewhere no one thought to look, because no one remembered that room existed at all.
The Whitfields were devastated. David later told investigators he'd walked past that laundry room cabinet 1,000 times without a second thought. It never occurred to any of us, he said, that it was even a door. Hannah's nursing school held a small memorial in her honor, where classmates described her as someone who would have made an incredible ER nurse, someone who noticed the details others missed. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Her case prompted a quiet but meaningful shift in how the county's search and rescue teams operate. Departments across the region began requiring updated blueprint reviews and structural walkthroughs, not just physical searches, for every missing person case involving a residence, no matter how familiar the home seemed. Hannah Reyes wasn't taken. She wasn't harmed by anyone in that house. She was lost to something far more human, a hidden corner of a place everyone thought they knew by heart. It's a chilling reminder that the most overlooked spaces aren't always the ones deliberately concealed. Sometimes, they're simply the ones we stopped noticing. If this story affected you, share it, because somewhere there might be a room in your own home you've never really looked at twice.